Let love lead. I've realized that there are two ways that you can drive a business. From the pure desire to succeed at all costs, or from the pure desire to do what you love and love what you do. Of course, there are many, many ways to drive a business, but all of them would fall into one of these two categories. And if you're not clear on which one of those is driving, then you're not driving. One of them is driving you. I think that probably everyone who's reading this is driven by their desire to do what they love and love what they do, and to genuinely help people through their work. And yet, we live in a culture that constantly tells us that in order to succeed, we must abandon what we love the most and what feels right to us and good to us if we really want to succeed. And so we learn the same thing people have been teaching and learning for thousands of years. That you must manipulate and compromise yourself and others in order to get what you need in this life. And nothing could be further from the truth. But when we believe it, we make it true. We make it true in our world and in our experience. And when we believe something different, we make that true too. But going the way of love requires trust. And that is something that most people do not have. Not for themselves and not for others. And not for the divine either. Because if they did, they wouldn't push, force, manipulate, or employ all kinds of tactics they employ in their business and in their personal relationships. When fear is the primary motivation, you will do what you need to do to survive. It's not bad. It's just the way things have been. It's what we've learned. It's all we knew how to do. And now we're learning something different. And different ways are being forged and revealed. People may say they're all about love, but then use shame and scarcity tactics. Guilt people for not doing what they want them to do, and all kinds of other stuff that is motivated by fear and attachment, because they are terrified that if they let go of that locus of control, they will get absolutely trampled by life and lose everything. They are willing to trade their peace of mind and peace of heart for survival and approval, because they honestly do not believe they have a choice in the matter. The body will always do what the brain thinks it needs to do to survive and thrive, because it is a beautiful and faithful machine that serves your thriving in this world. So the key then is to heal and repair that broken trust at the heart of things. That broken trust with the divine, the universe, God, spirit, consciousness, energy, whatever you want to call it, your source, your center, your truth. Which is a process, because we've had decades of programming not to trust it. Decades of programming in performing and contorting ourselves into what we think we need to be successful, instead of letting love lead. But letting love lead is where it's at. It's happening. And the more you hold on to the old way now, the worse it's going to hurt. At least that's what I find anyway. So this week, why don't you try just noticing when decisions come up and you have to make a choice, and ask yourself, what is driving that choice? Love or fear? Again, there is no wrong answer here. We are not discounting fear. We are just noticing. Noticing and then seeing what comes of that noticing. Perhaps it's the same choice. Perhaps it's another choice. Or perhaps it's a whole new solution you'd never even thought of. Just play with that this week and see what comes up. I'd love to hear. Thank you for joining me this week. And if you would like to get these posts to your inbox every Sunday morning like clockwork, you can do so at sunnychapman.com/more.